Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create a Polo.io CRM contact on Typeform submission. So I'm an owner of a real estate agency, and using Typeform, I have created a form with the help of which I collect my leads data. Here what I want is that as soon as any of the potential customers or clients, a new form submission is going to be done using Typeform, I want to create that lead as a contact in my Apollo.io account so that I can manage and nurture all my leads that I have for my business. Now, doing this manually is very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between Typeform and Apollo.io with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that, let me take you to my screen.
In this video, we're going to learn how to create a Polo.io CRM contact on Typeform submission. So as an owner of a real estate agency, I use Typeform to collect the details of my potential clients' information. Additionally, I use Apollo.io CRM to manage and nurture my leads efficiently, helping me to keep track of my client interactions and follow-ups. With this automation, I have connected Typeform and Apollo.io. Now, every time a new form submission is going to be done by the lead using Typeform, automatically that lead is going to be added as a contact in my Apollo.io account. This seamless integration saves me time, eliminates errors, and ensures that my leads are always up to date in CRM, allowing me to focus on converting them into clients. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Create Apollo.io CRM Contact on Typeform Submission. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select Typeform Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Apollo.io CRM Contact on Typeform Submission, and there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means our action, what is it? It's a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Typeform right here. Typeform is an online tool that helps us to create beautiful interactive forms, surveys, and quizzes. Unlike traditional forms, Typeform is designed to be engaging, user-friendly, with one question displayed at a time to make experience feel conversational. And I have created a form using which I am collecting my leads data using Typeform. And I want that as soon as the form submission is going to be done by the lead, automatically over here, Trigger should capture the response of that. And that is why for my trigger application, I've selected it as Typeform. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as New Entry right here. After selecting the trigger application and the event to connect Typeform to Pabbly Connect, I'm going to click on this Connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on Add New Connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, click on this Connect with Typeform button right here. As I'm going to do that, a window is going to appear in front of you on which is asking for the permission. So I'm going to click on this Accept button as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this Accept button right here. As I've done that, you can see we have successfully authorized Typeform to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for us to select the form so that whenever the form submission is going to be done by the lead of that selected form, automatically over here at the trigger, the response is going to be captured. I have created a form in the name of real estate contact us form. So this is the form right over here. You can see real estate contact us form. So I'm going to select this form from here, okay? And after selecting the form, I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. As I'm going to do that, it is saying waiting for response. So now to check whether Typeform is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the test form submission of this form that I've created using Typeform. And after doing the submission, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test form submission being done or not. Okay. For doing the test submission over here from this panel, go to the share option right here. As I'm going to come to this page, this is the link over here. So I'm going to copy this link from here and open this link in a new tab right over here. As I'm going to do that, this is the form we are going to fill in the details. Okay, firstly, it is asking for the first name of our lead. For that over here, I'm going to write it as test. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as lead 4567. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. Over here for the email, I'm going to write it as testlead4567@pablitudes.com. After that, I'm going to click on this OK button right here. As I've done that, it is asking for the preferred location, city area. I'm going to write over here as Bhopal. Okay, then I'm going to click on this OK button. It is asking for the property type. I'm going to select it as commercial property. And it is asking for the service need. I want to rent a property. Okay. After that, it is asking for the appointment date. I'm going to book it on 29th of December 2024. This is the date. Now I'm going to click on the submit button to do the test submission. It says, thanks for completing the Typeform submission. As now the form submission is done, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. And yes, you can see right over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the form submission being done. Let us tally the response right here. Over here for the type of service, I've selected as rent a property. You can see this is the choice label right here. If I'm going to scroll down even more, for the choice label over here, this other one was commercial property as I'm looking for it. For the city over here, I've selected as Bhopal. You can see right here. Over here for the email comes as testlead4567@pablitudes.com with a dummy mobile number. You can see right over here. If I'm going to further scroll down, for the first name over here comes as test. Last name comes as lead4567 with all the other details. As the response of the form submission is successfully captured over here in our trigger, this means that Typeform has now been connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now what I want is I want to add this lead as a contact in my Apollo.io CRM account. For that, we're going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Apollo.io. Apollo.io CRM is a powerful tool designed to help businesses manage their sales leads and customer relationships more efficiently. And using that, I am managing the data of all my leads. Okay. So as over here, I want to create a contact in my Apollo.io account. For that, I've selected my action application as Apollo. And for the action event, I'm going to select as create contact. Then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, it is asking for the API key. To have the API key, you have to click on this hyperlink here, right over here. As I'm going to do that, we'll be landed towards this page right here. Over here from the left side of the panel, go to this API keys section right here. We are going to create a new key. For that, click on this create a new key button. It is asking for the name of the key. So for the name of the key over here, I'm going to write it as new contact created. This is the name right over here. Okay. Over here, it is asking for the APIs. I want it as contact created right over here. This is the contact create. As I'm going to create a new contact, so I'm going to select this API from here. Okay. After selecting all the required details, I'm going to click on this create API key button right here. As I've done that, you can see a new key has been successfully created. Okay, I'm going to copy this key from here and I'm going to paste this key right over here in my workflow, and then I'm going to click on this save button. Okay. After that, over here, it is asking for all the details of the contact that we want to create. So for the data of these fields, what we're going to do is we're going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step. As I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. You can see right here, okay? It is asking for the first name. So I'm going to search for the first name right here. In my previous response, I have received the first name of my lead that I want to create as a contact in my Apollo.io account. So for the data of this field, I'm going to select the data from my previous response. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is now going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this map data. Similarly, for the last name, I'm going to search for the last name right over here. This is the last name. I'm going to map the data of that. For the organization name over here, I don't have, so I'm going to write over here the organization name as none. Okay. For the email over here, I'm going to search for the email that is right here. I'm going to map the data of that. For the title, I'm going to write it as new lead. Okay, this is the title. Okay. After that, it is asking for the contact stage. I don't have any stage, so I'm going to skip the part. And it is asking for all the other details which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part. Okay. And then simply I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. As I've done that, you can see over here we received a contact ID in the response, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Apollo.io account and check whether a new contact has been created in it or not. For that, I'm going to open my account right here. This is my account. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see over here a new contact has been created in my Apollo.io account in the name of testlead4567. Email as testlead4567@pabblytudes.com. You can see right here, okay? As the contact has now been successfully created, this means that we successfully created an automation between Typeform and Apollo.io with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum till now what we have done, I'm an owner for real estate agency. In this workflow, I've selected my trigger application as Typeform and trigger event as new entry. As whenever a new form submission is going to be done by the lead using Typeform, automatically in the trigger response is going to be captured. And as I wanted to create this lead as a contact in my Apollo account, for that I've set up this action step in which I've selected my action application as Apollo.io, and for the action event I've selected as create contact. And with Pabbly Connect, I built the connection between these two applications. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.